f double prime of x is minus 9 sine 3x. It tells something about f prime and f single prime and then f, and then a final question. So what's going on here? Well, they want us to go from double prime back to single prime back to no prime. So those are anti-derivative steps as we're taking off the primes. So first antiderivative step, we'll go back to single prime. How to do the antiderivative there? Well, um, I'm just going to say you got to think it backwards. It's got to be cosine of 3x, something like that, right? But if I just do cosine 3x, the derivative would be negative sine 3x times 3. And I want a minus 9 out there. Oh, so I got to put a 3. Do you see that? Because if you have 3 cosine 3x, what will be the derivative? Derivative of cosine will be negative sine. Derivative of cofunctions is negative. Derivative of all cofunctions is negative times 3. That'll be negative 9. That'll go back. See how I just thought that backwards one more time? I just said what the antiderivative is whatever the derivative will make it go back correctly. And this is right because the derivative of all cofunctions is negative. So derivative of cosine is negative sine 3x times chain rule 3. So that 3 and that 3 and that negative goes back to negative 9. It's right. Plus constant 1, because whenever we do an antiderivative, there could be any plane number out here. We call it constant 1. It could be any number because the derivative of any plane number without an x would go back to nothing. So it goes back to be the original function. So we got to find that now. They tell us f prime is 0 right here. They say f prime is 0 is negative 5. So I go, oh, okay, plug in a 0, and it's equal to negative 5. Well, cosine of 0 is 1. And so that means 3 plus first constant is negative 5. So subtract 3 from both sides. So boom, constant 1 is negative 8. Constant 1 is negative 8. So let's bring down this f prime function right here. It's 3 cosine 3x. Now we know the constant. 3 cosine 3x plus constant 1, that's negative 8. That goes right there, constant 1. So we've done one antiderivative step. We've gone from f double prime to f single prime, and we found the constant part that's out there. Now we have to take another antiderivative step. One more to regular f. Take off another prime. So how do you do the antiderivative? Again, just think about it. Just, it's going to be sine 3x, something like that. What's the root of sine 3x? Be cosine 3x times 3, because chain rule. Well, that's perfect. That's it. Now, what about the 8? That's minus 8x. Do you see that? The derivative of minus 8x goes back to minus 8. That's right. Plus constant 2. There's got to be, whenever we do anti, there's always a new, whenever we take an anti-step, there's a constant, because derivative of the constant would go back to nothing. It's like it's there. Could be any number out here, and the derivative would vanish. So now we got to find that, and they tell us right here, f of 0 is 6. So now plug in 0, sine of 0, 8 times 0 plus C2, and it equals 6. Well, that's just 0 to 0. So constant 2 is 6. So now we have the whole function sine of f of x, sine 3x minus 8x plus 6. Because that constant 2 at the end is 6. So now we have the function. Now we can do their final question. They said, plug in pi over 3 to the function, please. Now that you've found it, plug in pi over 3. So I'm going to go, okay, f of pi over 3 is sine of 3 times pi over 3 minus 8 times pi over 3 plus 6. Okay, so now that's the sine of these cancel, sine of pi minus 8 pi over 3 plus 6. You can just type that into Desmos. Um, I'll do that. Go to Desmos. Make sure you're in radian mode because that's a radian angle pi is. It's not degrees. So sine of pi minus 8 pi over 3 plus 6. Minus 8 pi over 3 plus 6. Minus 8 pi over 3. Whoops. It's 8 pi over 3 plus 6. Again, I'm in rate. See the mode? Degree, rate, make sure you're in radian mode. Minus 2.3775. Minus 2.3775. There it is. We found it. So what do we do? Double derivative, double prime, take an anti-step to single prime, find the constant. Then write that out. And now take another anti-step to regular f, no primes at all, find the constant. Once you got the constant, then plug in the pi over 3 and work it out on Desmos. So there we go.